Hello, Teacher Krista here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about VIPKID and what it is and what the pay is like and why I like it. So let's start. So the basics. VIPKID, what is it? It is a company based out of Beijing, China, and they provide English support or tutoring, I guess, for teaching English to students already learning English in school. So basically, VIPKID has it's this online platform where you're basically Skyping back and forth. You know, you're doing a video chat with these kids in China, these boys and girls, and they have various levels of English. Some of them are brand new. Some of them are they call them pre-VIP and pre-VIP kids, and they are basically your preschoolers, ones that are, you know, they're learning probably beginning language in their own language, like how to write Chinese symbols. And so for English, they're learning their ABCs, for example. They're learning basics of A sound makes the sound ah, ah, ah. That's literally what you'd be teaching a pre-VIP kid or basically about a 4-year-old is their phonics, their basic phonics. And objects too. You'd be teaching them stuff like, let's see, I'm just going to grab some of my props I've got back here. Elephant, for example. Elephant. Elephant. And one of your goals is to get them to repeat you. So you would do this. Elephant. So things like that. It's really simple. You're doing a lot of hand movements. They call this TPR, which stands for Total Physical Response. It's a method used to help the kids learn. It's like they hear the words, but then if they see motions and they can do those same motions, it helps them retain that information. It helps them to learn and to understand on a visual level, not just hearing a bunch of words. Because, if you've ever heard somebody speak in another language that you have no idea what that language is, you don't speak it, not even a little bit, it sounds kind of crazy, right? Yeah, so imagine that from a little Chinese kid that has never spoken English. They don't know English. They're listening. So you have to speak slowly. So when I speak in class, it's a lot slower than how I'm speaking to you now, because I have to think about it and I understand that they're not on the same level. So I adjust my speed based on how well the kid speaks. Some of them have excellent English already, and I'm just blown away at how well they're speaking a language that's not even their native language. It's impressive. It's really impressive. Anyways, so setup, what do you need? You need a computer, obviously. You need a camera of some sort. Now, a lot of laptops these days, and probably monitors too for regular desktop computers, usually have a built-in camera. My laptop has a built-in camera. However, after playing around with some of the visuals, I didn't really love it. I didn't like the quality of the pictures, so I opted to get an external webcam. Just a Logitech. It's nothing fancy. It's, kind of in the middle range, I think I spent maybe $50 on it, but I didn't need it. I didn't buy it right away. It took me, I think I applied. I don't remember, but I didn't buy it right away. But I decided that I needed something different. I wanted to have a clearer picture. And then headset, really inexpensive. I think I got this for $20 on Amazon. I just needed something that had, obviously a headset that went over my ears. I wanted that option. I looked at wireless, but I had other people say that wasn't a good option because the connectivity thing wasn't solid. So unless you spent like $200 on one, and I wasn't about to do that. So $20, that was the winning ticket. So audio is good, playback audio is good. It fits well. It's comfortable on my head. I have a mute button. That's very important, especially when you've got kids and a dog that like to, either tap their claws as they're walking by on the floor, or Oh, it's got noise canceling too, so it helps with that. And if my kids wake up early and they come downstairs because they want to check out what mom's doing, that's when it's good to have the mute button and the noise cancellation. And I've prepped him. I prepped my kids, and I tell them, if you hear mommy talking, mommy's teaching a class, and you can't interrupt. And I've got like a shower. You can't see this. We'll go over that in another video. I've got a shower curtain up because my classroom, it's in the formal dining room that we don't use, so it's going to be turned into my office. But there's this big open way, and so I don't really know how to block it, so I just put up a shower curtain with some command hooks, and it's, I can take it down when I'm not using it, and you can't really see my hooks from the other side, so it's not an eyesore. But yeah, so I take put my shower curtain up, and my kids are they kind of know. I've programmed them, like if mommy's office doors are closed, mommy's teaching, they'll come in here. So, and yeah, so that's it. Back here, I went to the Dollar Tree and I got 2 of those trifold project boards, and I opened them up and I put 2 of them together and I taped them, and I just made it, just one big board. And then I covered it with some wrapping paper that I had laying around that was colorful. It had the primary, kind of rainbow colors. And I thought it looked good, so I wanted something colorful in my background. I've got a, classroom map of the world. You can get this stuff at teacher supply stores, Walmart. If it's the right time of year, you can get this stuff probably at Walmart or Target with their back to school stuff. The dollar spot's a pretty hot place to get props to use for this. Anyways, alphabet. Wait, this way. Yeah. I got an alphabet chart back here. I made a little name thing right back here. I printed out a couple flags and laminated them. Tennessee, because I'm in Tennessee, so I felt like I needed to have, that kind of stuff. Anyways, so that's my background. Just something, bright and colorful. Something that looks kind of like a classroom. So that's what I did. What else? Okay, back to the company. So, yeah, so this is an online tutoring, English speaking platform where you're helping kids learn English and you're correcting their pronunciation. You're listening as they're talking. You correct and you come up close to the camera and you say, B, 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 B. The letter B makes the B, B, B sound. That's one of the beginner levels, like early little kids, like basic English, learning the letters and the sounds. Pay. Everybody wants to know what you get paid, right? Should I do this? Is it worth the money? Yeah. Your base pay is $14 an hour. The classes are only 30 minutes long, so you're actually getting paid per class, but you can do 2 classes in 1 hour, and so that's where the $14 would come from. So on their website, they're going to say anywhere from $7 to $9 per class, or from $14 to $18 per hour. Yeah, but the pay actually can go higher. Yeah, it can go higher. So think of it. Your base pay is just for teaching, whatever they hire you at, which, $7 to $9 per hour. So there's that. Then if you show up on time for your classes, that should be pretty easy. I mean, you got to set things up. You got to make sure your camera's working, all that. So you should be sitting there before the time. So being on time really shouldn't be that hard. I have not had any issues with that. And automatically you get paid an additional $1 per class, or an additional $2 per hour. So say you're making $7 per class. Automatically, that's $8 per class that you just got bumped up to, or $16 per hour base pay. So, yeah, just, it's, if you teach 45 classes a month, which really isn't that hard. It's going to be hard in the very beginning because you have to get established and start getting bookings and whatnot. So it's not going to happen instantly as soon as you get hired, but just give it a little bit of time and you will get up to there. You will be able to open as many classes as you feel comfortable teaching, and you might get them all booked. Who knows? Anyways, so say you get, 45 classes in a month, 1 month. That's not even, that's what? Maybe 23 hours, I think that equates to. So you automatically get another $2 per hour or $1 per class added onto that. So what are we up to? So say say you're making base pay, $14. If you're on time, that goes up to $16. If you teach 45 classes, that goes up to $18. That's your bottom base pay. It's going to be higher if you're getting paid more for your base. So anyways, that's just kind of a range. There's other incentives, recruitment. You make money off of recruitment. It's a one-time deal though. I mean, it's not like a pyramid scheme where, you keep making money off of somebody that signs up. No, it's a one-time deal. So say you're looking at my video right now and you're making the decision, I'm going to go sign up and I'm going to use Krista's referral code. So you sign up and you get hired. As soon as you teach your first class, I make something from that. It's not a huge amount, but I mean, it's something. It's worth, me telling you, hey, sign up with my referral code, please. Yeah, I mean, but you might get something out of the deal. I mean, I like to reward my potential, what are they called? Sponsorees, maybe? Am I a sponsor at that point? Yeah, mentees, if I'm a mentor. Yeah, if you sign up under my code, I'm crafty. I made this shirt. I'm probably going to send you a shirt to say, hey, congratulations. Thank you for signing up with my code. And here's a nice, fun shirt that you can wear for your classroom. How great is that? And I've got different ones that I'm making. This is just my favorite one because it's orange. And the company's colors are orange and green. So, yeah, so I thought it'd be fun to kind of represent the company, and there's not really a uniform. You can wear whatever you want. They prefer it to be something solid colored, not a bunch of words on it. This is the logo, VIPKID, and then Teacher Krista. So yeah, this is what I like. What else? Requirements for education-wise. You don't have to be a teacher. You don't have to have any teaching experience. It's helpful. Yes, definitely helpful. And they are looking for some experience with kids, working with kids. So, but I mean, that could be I babysat every summer for the past 4 years, or I worked at a preschool or a Mother's Day Out program, or I worked in daycare, or I did daycare out of my home, or I nannied for so and so for however long. Based on your experience, that's going to factor into what you get paid for base pay. So what else? You have to have a degree. It doesn't have to be in education at all. It doesn't have to do anything to do with education. So it just does have to be a bachelor's degree. So you will have to provide proof of your degree, whether it be just a picture of your diploma, or transcripts that you can mail to VIPKID through their email address that they give you. Yeah, so that's it. Not too bad. I mean, they do a background check because you're working with children, so but they don't get fingerprints. They just I think ask for your driver's license number, your date of birth, and social security number, all that stuff. Yeah, so the only other thing, let's see, what else? Oh, taxes. Some people worry about that. It's this is contract work, so you are going to be responsible for taking care of your own taxes. So for anybody that's not ever done that before, you do have to be detailed and you do have to be disciplined, or you're going to end up at tax time having to pay back all kinds of money that you don't have because you haven't prepared for that. So a good rule of thumb is to take 30%. Roughly. You can take more if you want to be extra cautious. Set aside 30% of what your paychecks are going to be. You get paid once a month, so it'll be, I think, the 15th of every month is when you get paid. So anything for the prior month. So, for example, we're in the month of March now, so when the 15th rolls around, I'm going to get paid for every class that I taught in February. Yeah, and then it just keeps going from there. So they roll it over, so you get one time a month. But yeah, set aside about 30% of that into like some kind of savings account. So, and it'll be the don't touch it account. It's this is my paying for my taxes, and you might have too much in there, maybe, but it's better to be safe than sorry. You don't want to have to pay in and be stressed at tax time that you don't have enough money to pay towards your taxes. So just be prepared for that. But other than that, I mean, it's a pretty cool gig. I enjoyed speaking with these little boys and girls. It's a one-on-one experience. I feel like, you really get to have that feeling of, you know, doing something good. Like you're teaching these children, and you can see it on their faces. They get so excited and so animated, and it's just you feed off that energy. You can't help but feed. Like there's been days that like I'm so happy that just because of that child being so happy that my cheeks are hurting because I'm smiling so much and I'm on this natural high for a good 30 minutes, and my husband's coming downstairs and he's all like, because he's just waking up and I've been up, you know, for like at least an hour and a half. And yeah, so the time difference is a little crazy. There's mostly classes that you're going to be teaching in the early morning. So here's, for example, I teach usually 2 classes in the morning, 5 a.m. I'm on Central Time, so 5 a.m. and 5:30, and that's usually it. That's easy peasy. It's 2 classes, but I'm getting up around 4 o'clock because I've got to put makeup on and I fix my hair, and you know, I have to take my puppy outside, or else she's, you know, I move, she moves. So like she's up if I'm up, and she's got to go to the bathroom. So I've got to make sure I've got time to take her out really quick, and then I need some coffee in the morning. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I need some coffee. So I make sure I have time for that. I like to make sure I've got everything set up. I've got my camera verifying that it's working. My lighting's good. My audio's working. I flip through my PowerPoint slides. There's usually about 25 to 28 slides per lesson. And I just kind of flip through them and I refamiliarize myself, make sure I've got all my props that I'm going to use. If I'm going to use little, you know, things I've made to hold up to the camera. Do I have all these? Where's my mom and dad? Oh, there's my mom and dad. Okay, they go with the lesson. So I have a lesson where I've got bumblebees and we're blending sounds and we're saying up, up, cup. So I've got stuff ready for that, and I know what I'm going to use based on the lesson, so I kind of have it within arm's reach so that I know that, hey, oh, I'm going to need my flashcards today. I need the letters A, B, C, and D, and I found these awesome cards where it's not combined. They've got a card for the big letter and a card for the small letter. Yep, we don't do uppercase and lowercase here. We do big and small. Big A, small a, and is that upside down? That's upside down. Let's try that again. Big A, small a, small a. Anyways, that's it. That's the kind of stuff you're doing. Let's see, what other things do I have? Oh, I was teaching a class where it was talking about time. So talking about what's a face and a clock have in common, or what does a person and a clock have in common? Well, it's that both of them have faces. So I made a clock. I printed this, and I used a little brad. Anyways, you get to make fun stuff. You don't have to do this. I could have easily just had a picture of a clock, or I don't know, held up a clock or a watch or something that looked like kind of like this, and you know, we could have just talked about it. But I like to get crafty, so I was like, "Oh, that's fun." Anyways, you have all that stuff ready to use if you need it, if you want to. They recommend using 2 types of props for every class. So, I mean, that could be really simple. This could be one. This is my microphone. So when we sing an opening song, hello, how are you? Yeah, I can't sing well. So anyways, so that's an example of, I use this little guy as I encourage people, you sing, your turn. Can you sing? Yeah. So I hold it up. But yeah, just little props. There's a reward system where they get stars. So I got my little, you get a star. See, and it focuses in on that. Yay! So anyways, lots of different things that you can do. It's fun times. If you like working with kids, you know, if you like your own kids and you think you're good with your own kids, you might be good with the other people's kids too. So it's just something to think about. It's fun. All right. So if you have any questions, feel free to get back at me. I know this video is kind of long. I kind of tried to give some examples of some things that we do, and I covered pay and what the company is. It's not a multi-level marketing company, no pyramid schemes or scams or any of that going on here. This is a legit stay-at-home, work from home, part-time gig. You know, I don't recommend it for full-time. You could do it full-time. It's a lot. It's a lot of hours, a lot of like crazy, you know, the schedule, just the time difference and when you can do this. It's a lot. So I would just recommend it for a part-time thing. So anyways, if you have questions, email me at TennesseeTeacherKrista@gmail.com or message me here on my Facebook page, or let's see. Yeah, I mean, leave it on my YouTube channel. I've also got a Teachers Pay Teachers store in case you're looking for new props to use. I'm slowly adding to it. It's brand new, so there's not much in there yet, but it's going to keep growing. Anyways, yeah. Send me some questions. Tell me if there's any videos you want me to do, if you want me to talk more in depth about my setup back here. This will all be changing. I bought a whiteboard, one of those ginormous whiteboards, the magnetized whiteboards that I can put magnets on, and I'm gonna hang that up here instead. So we're doing a little upgrade, you know, just moving things around, trying to figure out some new ways to have my classroom set up. I'm starting to gain a lot of props, and I want to organize them a little bit differently. And I want a whiteboard to help me with putting them on display. I want this to be a functional background, not just a looks cute background. I want to use it for stuff. So anyways, questions, comments, concerns, let me know. All right. Bye, friends.